I tested 3 ways to measure the same floor plan: paper and an architect scale, a simple PDF markup and tally workflow, and Takeoff Field Tools. All 3 can produce the right number. The useful difference appears after measuring, when someone must check the scale, understand a deduction, find the source, or reuse the work. This is a controlled comparison, not a speed stunt. I used one owned synthetic drywall plan with a known scale and answer schedule. The required outputs are 220 linear feet of new partition, 4,106 square feet of net wall faces, 3,500 square feet of net ceiling, and 7 opening finish returns. The drawing is for practice, not construction. I checked 5 things: correct quantities, scale evidence, source trace, separation of measured facts from estimating decisions, and whether reviewed logic can be reopened without rebuilding it from memory. Method 1 is paper and an architect scale. It is the fastest way to begin. Confirm the printed scale, trace the partition center lines, and record a running total. For a small scope or quick field check, paper is direct and hard to beat. It can absolutely reach the correct 220 linear feet. The weakness is reconstruction, not accuracy. The scale check, tally, opening deductions, wall height assumption, and final arithmetic usually live in separate marks or notes. A second estimator may have to retrace the plan to prove the answer. Paper wins setup speed, then gives that time back when the work must be reviewed, revised, or handed off. Method 2 is a simple PDF markup and tally workflow. I placed visible line work on the same owned plan and kept the 4 answers in a separate tally. This is not a review of a named product. Some dedicated PDF platforms add much more measurement, automation, and collaboration. This test covers the common workflow where marks live on the PDF and math lives beside it. Digital marks are easier to zoom, color, copy, and send. A reviewer can see where the partition was traced. But here, the marks, deductions, scope assumptions, and estimate logic still split between the PDF and a tally or spreadsheet. The files can travel together, but their relationship depends on naming and discipline. PDF markup helps the drawing move. It does not automatically create a persistent estimating record. Method 3 is Takeoff Field Tools. It takes more setup than reaching for a ruler. Import the sheet, verify its identity, and calibrate from a trusted dimension. If you need one rough measurement, that setup can be unnecessary. For an estimate with multiple quantities, deductions, formulas, notes, and a handoff, the setup starts paying back. The partition measurement stays on its source sheet. Calibration belongs to that sheet. The ledger preserves measurement type and context. 4,106 square feet of net wall area remains a drawing fact, while wall height, deductions, waste, conversion, labor, unit cost, and markup remain visible estimating decisions. The estimate can reconnect to the drawing instead of asking a reviewer to guess which mark or cell created the total. That matters because a takeoff is rarely finished when the first estimator reaches a number. Someone may challenge the scope, change waste, explain an exclusion, price an alternate, reopen the awarded job, or reuse a reviewed assembly. Preserving source, assumptions, and context means less tribal knowledge must be recreated each time the work changes hands. Here is the scorecard. All 3 methods can be accurate. Paper stores scale and logic separately. Simple PDF markup preserves the mark visually, but leaves estimate logic beside it. Takeoff keeps calibration, quantity, context, and estimating logic in one reviewable path. Reuse follows the same pattern. Re-enter paper notes, copy markup files, or reopen a persistent reviewed project. So which method is fastest? Paper is fastest to make the first mark. A simple PDF workflow is faster to share. Takeoff is the fastest path to a reviewable number when the job needs more than one answer and more than one person. The winner is not the tool that draws a line first. It is the workflow that lets the next person verify the line without starting over. Run the same comparison with the free owned practice plans linked below. Use the answer sheet only after measuring. If your current method reaches the right quantities and preserves enough evidence for a clean handoff, keep it. If the number keeps separating from its source, assumptions, and history, that is the problem Takeoff Field Tools is built to solve.